My dear brothers and sisters, I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. For the last 3 weeks, I have not been here. And not only me, but all the bishops of our two countries, Sudan and South Sudan. We were out from these countries from the 24th of August. Where did we go? I just came back on the 11th, on Tuesday, after 21 days. We went to Rome, and I left most of the bishops still there. We went for ad limina apostolorum visit. It is called ad limina apostolorum, is the visit of the apostles. And we went as bishops, as successors of the apostles, governing the church in many parts of the world. This program has been set up that every single bishop has to see the Pope once every 5 years. Because we have to share with the Holy Father the communion and the governance of the church as the successor of Peter. In this time, Pope Francis, to meet with him, to pray with him, and to share with him the life and the ministry of the church where bishops are assigned. We started with a retreat for 4 days of prayer from the 26th to the 30th. Silent retreat, guided and animated by Mother Trinidad, one of the holy women, to strengthen us in our faith and in our communion. On the 31st of August, we had the Holy Mass at the tomb of St. Peter to pay allegiance to him at the Basilica of St. Peter. And on the 1st of September, we had the Holy Mass at St. John Lateran Basilica, which is the seat of the Pope as the Bishop of Rome and the leader of the Universal Church. On the 3rd of September, we had a meeting with the Holy Father, Pope Francis. Very extraordinary meeting this time, because ordinarily the Pope meets the bishops one by one. This time he met us in a group for 2 hours. A very long meeting, for the first time that the Holy Father takes with the bishops of particular country, because he has a special love for us. On that same day, in the evening, we had the Holy Mass at St. Paul Basilica outside the walls of Rome. On the 5th, we had the Holy Mass at St. Mary Major, called Maria Maggiore, to pray to Our Lady. And on the 9th, we had the Holy Mass in Ischio, the place of Santa Josefina Bajita, to pray for our countries. All the days, the other days, were days of meeting with different dicasteries. We call them dicasteries in the language of the church, but actually they are ministries, departments of the Mother Church. It is a pilgrimage of communion, bishops and the superiors in the Vatican, headed by the Roman Pontiff, to express our collegiality and also to express the gratitude of the people. Every Mass here we pray, we mention the name of the Pope, and we told him, the Christians in our countries, in Sudan and in South Sudan, are praying for you every day. The Holy Father knows our situation very well. He has been informed every day. He told us even things we don't know. And we told him everything he does not know about us. But we were sure, as bishops, to tell him clearly and openly, as an elder brother, that our people are waiting for him. Why he did not come last time? And the Holy Father told us he was ready. He even packed his bag with his prayer book. But he was told there is no way. When we asked him, who told you there is no way? He said, the Holy Spirit. So he said, as soon as the way is open for him, he will be right here in South Sudan. He has us in his heart. Besides the meeting with him in that brotherly affection way, we met him 3 times. Again, very extraordinary. Because coming from South Sudan and from Sudan, he said he considered us a church living in martyrdom. We were there at the audience in the square, and also praying with him in a private mass at St. Martha. So the Holy Father is ready, but he said the road is still closed. As soon as it is open, he will be here in Juba. We assured him of your love for him, and we are telling him, we told him, we are ready, we are waiting for you. As soon as we hear that you are taking off, all of us will not sleep. We shall be waiting the time you will be landing to us. The Holy Father sends you, each and every one of you, his apostolic blessings to your families, to your communities, and to all our institutions. He said he loves the people of South Sudan, and he loves the people of the Sudan as well. Therefore, I came ahead, leaving the Archbishop still to follow up certain administrative issues in the dicasteries, to bring you this message that the Holy Father is ready at any time, and at any time he will visit us, and he blesses each and every one of you. God bless you all. Today is the 24th Sunday in Ordinary Time, and we are challenged by this statement, the question. Jesus is saying, who am I? This question is answered by Peter, but each one of us has been given an opportunity to deliberate on our actions. The second reading spoke about faith in action. The actions of faith is rooted in love, the love of God and the love of our neighbor. Our faith is seen in the action of love we perform towards God and towards our brothers and sisters. The fruits of charity are joy, peace, and mercy This charity demands from us beneficence and fraternal corrections. It is a benevolence. It fosters reciprocity and remain disinterested but generous. Faith and charity is friendship and communion. So love in itself is the fulfillment of our works. Everything we do ends up in love. It is the goal to why we are working, why we have faith. We are told in the second reading, the letter of St. James, that faith without work is dead. It is only these works that can show our faith. Jesus is manifested in our faith when he asks each and every one of us who he is in your life and in my life. So Jesus is asking me and he's asking you. The Messiah means giving up his life for others out of love. Sacrificing for others is a deep call of Jesus beyond just professing the creed or performing a liturgical function and ceremonies, but what we do to ourselves and to our brothers and sisters. The first reading invites the people of Israel to change, to put more on the works of mercy and the love of others, doing always and working always for others. This is a serious wisdom that we get from the first reading today, that the greatest among us is one who allows himself, who allows herself to be defeated by love. Jesus of Nazareth, rejected by his contemporaries, he was frustrated and humanly defeated by the religious and the political leaders of his time. But God acclaimed him through his resurrection as a true victor. My dear brothers and sisters, to be a good Christian is not by just going to church. Coming to church, carrying all the translation of the biblical text. You can go with all the volumes of the Bible. You can come to church every day. You can perform ceremonies. You can sing. You can talk. You can close your eyes. But if you have no actions that shows all this demonstration, your faith is dead. Am I right? You come to church, you go out there, you plan evil. You do the contrary. You cheat, you rob, you steal, you deceive, you cheat, you destroy. Your faith is dead. We are told today, be active members of your faith. Let what you believe be seen in what you do. Actions. You cannot say you love your wife like in our days, I don't know in your days now, like honey and the moon, and you beat her every evening. Huh? You cannot say that. You cannot say you love your children and you don't care for them. You don't give them food to eat. You cannot say you love your country when you don't work. You want somebody to work for you. You don't actually believe in this country. This is serious. It is touching our conscience. It is touching our belief. It is touching our hearts. It is touching our faith. So it is not a matter of coming to church. A true Christian is one who looks at the world with the eyes of Jesus, with the eyes of God, and with the eyes of faith in Jesus and in God. Who assesses others not by the money they have, by the cars they drive, by the size of the houses they live in, and so on. A true Christian is identified by the love one has for his brothers and his sisters. Period. You are a good Christian if you do good to your brother and to your sister. We should start thinking only in terms, we should stop thinking only in terms of human progress, human success. The world is full of materialism, and that is what is affecting us today. We want just to manage the world from just the mere things we have. The glories, the honors, and so on. No. I used to bring you very painful examples, and you don't like it. And I'm saying it again. The day I will die, the day you will die, you will be brought here, a prisoner, in a coffin, and we will lock you inside there without a single pound, without a single dollar, without even the tire of a vehicle. You are clapping your hands because you will be a prisoner one day. And I too. So you try to measure yourself or about this when you go around and you see a coffin. Don't joke. Be careful. That is the measure of our lives. When you see a coffin, that is what should put us straight. To say at the end of time, I will be in a box and nothing else. All the honors will be gone. What will be left with you is you. The only material that God has created, and humanity decided that you are to be put in a coffin and locked there. What do? My dear brothers and sisters, the authenticity of our faith can only be proved by concrete actions that helps those in need. Those in need. Food for the hungry, clothes for the naked, wells of water for those who are thirsty, and so on. Shelter for those who don't have. These are the things that make our Christian testimony credible. We can then say very well, we are followers of Jesus. realizing that his own disciples, he still fails to understand him fully, he began to teach them about charity and about love for others, that the Son of Man was destined to suffer grievously and he will not have success, but failures in human eyes. He will not defeat his human enemies, but himself will be the loser. He does not go up to Jerusalem to destroy the lives of his human enemies, but to give his own life. If you take and understand this, you can then take up your cross daily and follow me. This was a difficult teaching. The disciples of Jesus were expecting honors, but Jesus told them, we are going to Jerusalem. There, I am going to be defeated. I am going to be killed. I am going to be destroyed, humanly speaking. If somebody is willing, let him come after me. This is a difficult part. And Peter protested. Peter said, hey, Lord, no. He took Jesus aside. He said, you are a small young man. I grew in this town. Leave these things of yours. It was a hard teaching for Peter, and even hard for us today. To follow a loser is difficult. But Jesus keeps repeating, leading us to the cross, saying the Son of Man will be delivered into the power of man. They will put him to death. Now we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man is about to be handed over to the chief priests and to the scribes. They will condemn him to death and will hand him over to the Gentiles, who will mock him, spit at him, scourge him, and put him to death. These were all words Jesus bringing not to discourage us, but to tell us, take up your cross and follow me. What is this cross? I already stated. The cross is a sign of love and a sign of self-giving. Jesus called us to follow him. We need to take him as our model, to choose as he has chosen, and to take part in his plan of salvation. Live your life for the love of others with Jesus. This is what we are called for. If you live your life for others, you are a successful man, you are a successful woman. If you only think about your own promotion, about your own honor, about your own glory, the day these glories will come to an end, the day your casket will be accompanied to wherever it is, to the mosque, to the church, to the temple, or to the cemetery, you will come to understand that what you have accumulated actually meant nothing. My dear brothers and sisters, it is a strong call for us today to choose to follow Jesus. Following Jesus in treating our brothers and sisters humanly. Let us continue to be Christian. I was happy to find you still in church. I thought the 3 weeks the bishops were no more in the country, you have actually rebelled because you are used to rebellions. But when I came, I saw that everybody is in church, and I say congratulations. Don't only come to church, but do good. Do good to your families. Do good to our country. Do good to our communities. Be a good person. Not planning evil, doing evil always. It is time to change. The people of Israel were asked to change. And it is time for us to change, and to change now, and to change today. Make a resolution in your life that I want to be a Christian and die a Christian by doing Christian acts. Things that are asked of a Christian. In the office, you should be a Christian. In the streets of Juba, you should be a Christian. In your house, you should be a Christian. When you are sleeping, you should sleep a Christian, so that when you die a Christian. That is what it is. Because God made you who you are. May then God, who has chosen you and made you a Christian, continue to bless and strengthen each and every one of you. Take from the church, take from the scriptures, take from the teaching of Jesus Christ this honorable life. It is only this that can create us peace. Only this that can create us peace. Peace of mind and peace of heart. When we were praying there, I remember when we went to see Bakhita, because they made the issue of Bakhita so special that the altar is made out of glass, and the body of Bakhita is there. You can see it through, and the altar is put there, and we have to pray over it with Bakhita there. It was so emotional to many of us who, for the first time, to see Josephine Bakhita in the way she died there in Ischio, at that shrine, at that altar. And we said, Bakhita, we said a prayer there. Please, our people are suffering. Our people are slaves. You have been a slave yourself. You have been sold several times. Our people are being sold on daily basis. In the Sudan, in South Sudan. They have been sold in daily basis. Bakhita, help us. Assist us. We are displaced. We are refugees. We are living under trees. Bakhita, you had no home. Help us. Help our people. And some of us shed tears. It is time for us to realize that what we have done to ourselves has come from the devil. And this devil has to be fought. And he has to be fought to the end, through faith, through good actions, through sacrificing our energies, our strength, to make sure that we live honorable life. Detesting evil all the time by doing the right thing. And do the right thing always properly, with a high respect for humanity. High respect for humanity. No woman should die for nothing. No man should die for nothing. And nobody should be the cause of the death of anybody. So may the Lord, who has called us today, make us to answer this question, who am I for you? We answer all like Peter, you are Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. So that through this, we will ascertain our faith and continue to demonstrate the love of God to all. Before I forget, I have a special gift for the President and the Vice President from the Holy Father. He sends you holy rosaries for you and for your families. The Holy Father told us he still remembers our president when he met him in Entebbe. And he said, let us remind you that he still knows what you talked with him in Entebbe, in Kampala that time. And as we invited him, he said that he will be looking forward. If his way is open, you know that he is tied up with so many programs. If he makes it, he will visit us all. God bless you.